Jameson Williams and Stanley Berryhill are being suspended for 6 games for mobile betting that occurred at the Lions facility.
Interesting.
Yes. Again, I mentioned the other 2 suspended indefinitely. Suspended indefinitely, but also cut by the Lions. There's also members of the Lions staff that have been fired and don't know. I was listening to Pat McAfee and Ian Rappaport a second ago, and McAfee said was it coaches? And he said he didn't think it was staff members. So don't know. They brought up was it the equipment guy? Who was it? Yeah. Don't know who that was, at least as of the recording of this podcast. And then for the Commanders, they had one guy suspended, that's Shakatoni at the end. He was also a part of the indefinite suspensions. So if we look at Jameson Williams, I'm going to pull up his specific thing here. His team released a statement, meaning his agency team.
Agent PR, yeah.
His team. Man, I told you, but my mouse is so effed for whatever reason. It's shooting in and out of things here. But this is from his team. Alliance Sports confirms that its client, Jameson Williams, has been suspended by the NFL for 6 games for violating the NFL's gambling policy. Jameson takes full responsibilities for his action and is very apologetic to the NFL, his teammates, and the fans in the city of Detroit. However, it is important to know that Jameson's violation was not for betting on football, rather due to a technical rule regarding the actual location to which the online bet was placed, and which would otherwise be allowed by the NFL outside of the club's facility. Jameson would never intentionally jeopardize the integrity of the game he loves so much and looks forward to getting back with his team as soon as possible. Couple thoughts there. Were you going to go? You can go. You can jump.
No, I'm taking it all in. You go first.
My thoughts. I don't love that Alliance Sports is talking in third person. To start it off, just say Jameson, who's the guy. I wish it would have come from Jameson. 2. 3, you should know. You should just know. You can't be gambling on whatever he was gambling on. We still don't know exactly what it was on property. It's whether or not you should know. I think a common sense would say I'm on the Wi-Fi here, or I logged into my account from here. The NFL is so hardcore about this stuff. If you sign up for an account and use your damn name, which I believe is how Calvin Ridley got caught, they know this stuff. They work with these companies, the DraftKings, the FanDuels. They apparently get sent this information hey, this person, here's an alert. This person is signed up. And I wonder if I signed up as Tom Brady, if they would do that. I do not gamble on sports, by the way.
A bunch of parody accounts. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know how they verify it, and maybe they have a better way. I'm sure they have a better way of doing it. But that's what was said. That's what was done. That's what's happening. Your thoughts, young Timmy?
What do you think? What are they gambling on? So they're not gambling on the games or anything in the NFL. It's just I don't know, the golf tournament going on, and they're doing that, or what are they?
I wonder. Could be college football. Could be that. That was the first thing that I thought of, and I heard somebody else say it. I don't remember exactly. So the reason that they got the 6 games and not indefinite suspension, they placed a non-NFL bet at the facility. The indefinite suspensions, so CJ Moore, Quintez Cephas, and Shakatoni, were all from betting on NFL games. That's according to Ari Marav, who's at My Sports Update on Twitter.
Interesting,
follow, by the way.
Yeah. Here's what I think is, one, common sense, like you said. I feel just don't do it on premise, right?
Yeah.
2, I also think that NFL athletes, NBA athletes should be allowed to gamble if it's betting on their own team to win, and that's baseline type of thing. I think, why not? Why don't you think so?
Because you're just asking for problems. It's not.
You're asking for it for sure, but I think it's okay if you're from that perspective of I'm betting on our team to win, just this upcoming fight this weekend. They're betting. I don't know if you saw this, guys. The Garcia fight. They're betting their purse, or at least saying
they're not.
Yeah, right. They're not. But it's the same thing. I'm betting on myself as opposed to is he going to make this field goal? Is it going to be 10 first downs or whatever the statistics be, where the athletes could sway that?
Yeah, no, I understand it. And what you're referring to is Tank and Garcia were on a IG live. I think it was Tank's and IG and or through Tank's IG, and then Garcia was on, and he was like, bet your whole person. He was like, all right, send the cat. That never happens.
They never do it.
It's
dumb. I know it's hype to talk about, but it's dumb. Don't even do it.
I always dislike that. Yeah. And the UFC is a little bit different in the fact that before they had a whole gambling issue over the last 6 months is they would be allowed and they would publicly say, like, I bet 10K on myself or whatever. I just don't like it. I don't think if you're betting on your sport, you're asking for issues. Anyone who we work with, who, I mean, obviously you wouldn't be allowed anyway, but like if they asked us, we'd be like, no, don't do that. It doesn't make sense to even involve yourself in that situation. We could have a convo whether or not that should be the case, but I don't think you even want to just deal with it. And I think sports in general, like that's a real gray area. In college, as a college football player, you can't bet on anything. I don't know that you can be in casinos. I don't know that rule. I know back in our day, you could not. Like, we would not be allowed to go to a casino.
Yeah. I don't know. I think obviously it's state by state, right? So there's probably some places that you can as a college athlete.
Well, I mean, more so from a team perspective, and I believe NCAA perspective. That's more so what I'm saying. Like, could you, as a 22-year-old in Ohio State, because, we're from Cleveland, and go to the casino in Cleveland? Yeah, you could go. If you go to NLV, like, could you legally go there? Yes, but could you get in trouble NCAA-wise or team-wise? That would be a different scenario. I don't know those rules, and I guess it depends on the place. But either way, don't bet on sports, and you can't bet on sports if you're a college athlete.